Coronavirus coverage, as this is all tied together. The National Public Transportation mask mandate was lifted Monday night, giving Vermont Transportation Services the option to allow passengers to take their masks off. And people, frankly, still have questions. Local 22's Sam Israel visited Burlington International to see how passengers there are still impacted. Sam?
Well, that's right, Lauren. Many travelers at the airport were going without masks. Some of them tell me they were happy they can do so, while others are a little more worried. For some, seeing travelers' faces was an unfamiliar sight.
It was like the first time that I'd been on a plane where there weren't masked people, and it was kind of weird just seeing people's faces.
BTV's director of ground transportation says masks at the airport are now a personal choice.
So the mask mandate now is a personal choice, and I think that it's really up to everyone and their comfort level.
Murawski is happy to see a return to normalcy.
Being in the airport in Toronto, I've had this on since 5 a.m. So I was like, finally I can just have it off, because it just feels like after a while it's suffocating.
But that won't stop some travelers from still wearing their masks.
I'll probably wear it most of the flight and when I need to in the airport. When it's up in the air, then you're really not getting anybody's air except whoever's right next to you.
Some travelers are still skeptical.
I feel like it's premature. I feel like we're going to still experience some surges. There's going to be at least one, if not more, variants that come through.
I don't agree with it. You should always be wearing your mask regardless.
Murawski is not too concerned.
I don't feel less safe or anything.
A public transit planner for VTrans says it was only a matter of time before they'd have to deal with mask lifts on transit systems.
That constitutes a big change for our system, but one we knew we would need to address at some point as we move our way through these next stages of the pandemic.
But the timing for some is questionable, as COVID cases are on the rise in Vermont. The New York Times reported that Vermont is seeing the highest positivity rates in the country. Well, in response to the Times article, Vermont Health Commissioner Dr. Mark Levine says it's difficult to rely strictly on national data since every state reports its cases differently. He also says, quote, because of our highly vaccinated population and the relatively milder nature of BA2, the increases we're seeing in case numbers and hospitalizations continue to be on a much smaller scale than the original Omicron variant. He says to visit Health Vermont's website to learn more about what you can do if you are sick. Live from the newsroom tonight, Sam Israel, Local 22 News.